my name is Barry Allen. I'm the Special Events Director for Charity Music. And I would like to welcome everybody, all the ladies here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, from Sterling Heights High School and Mr. Walter Wachterhauser's class. Thank you, Mr. Wachterhauser, for that wonderful name. And I'm looking forward to being interviewed, and we're going to have, I'd like to introduce to you right now, he just happens to be coming into the room, Mr. Roger Ficini, who is a CEO of Charity Music.
And who do we have here?
Ladies, we have the young ladies from Sterling Heights High School, 12th grade, and this is their English project.
Yep.
Yes.
And they are here to interview us, and they've done community service for us. They've put in some time.
Oh, they were the ones when I walked
These
by.
are the ones that were in the
Excellent.
office, right.
Well, welcome to our humble abode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you have questions you would like to ask us.
Yes, I do. So, together, how long have you both been involved in the Foundation Charity of Music?
Okay, let me just kind of start from the beginning. Back in 1996, I was a volunteer, not unlike yourself, with Macomb Symphony Orchestra at Macomb Community College. One of our favorite volunteer groups does student activities, give us a lot of support. In that position as a volunteer, at one of the meetings they said they wanted to have a fundraiser, and I kind of came up with the idea, well, let's have people donate musical instruments, we'll sell them, use the money to put on more concerts. And the instruments that they donated weren't in very good shape. The band, the orchestra, wasn't too pleased with the outcome of the fundraiser. It was a total bummer. But while we were doing that, it was rather interesting because some people said they had nicer instruments they wanted to donate, but they didn't necessarily want us to sell them on eBay or sell them. Other people called and they said they had people that were in need that would like to receive some of the instruments to practice with. So we went ahead and gave some of the instruments away to kids, things like that. This went on for about, after the symphony, myself and about 5 or 6 other business people, every year someone needed an instrument, they basically call, we throw $20 in, you know, buy them a flute, a clarinet. Not a big deal, just, you know, doing some things like that. This went on from 1996 to 2005. In 2005, the Super Bowl was coming to town. Matter of fact, I just happen to have it on here. And the Super Bowl was coming in 2006. And in November of 2005, this Roger Pence's group that was putting the Super Bowl together contacted one of our members, not even a member, just one of our part of the group, and they said they'd like us to benefit from some of the fundraisers and for us to provide our nonprofit license to them. And you know, we explained we're not a nonprofit organization, we're just people like yourself. We're volunteers, we want to come out and do some good things. We might not necessarily want to do it as a career the rest of our life helping other people, but you know, it's something that we wanted to do. So they were pretty insistent and they said, we like what you're doing. It's imperative that you get all your paperwork to us before Thanksgiving. This was Thanksgiving of 2005. We have to send it to Washington, D.C. to try to get approval before January 1st of 2006. And because they explained that they're going on volunteer holidays, they're going on Christmas break, and they asked us if it was possible for us to do that. Me and the other guys got together and we said, I don't think we want to do this. But if they have that much faith in us and they think that it's something that's worthwhile doing, you know, we should at least give it a try.
Definitely.
So we went together, we got together, we filled out all the paperwork, sent it in, lo and behold, it came back January 1st, approved, retroactive to 2005. And it's the fastest one that ever got approved through Washington, D.C. and because they liked what we were doing and we had proved that we had done some of this in the past. So that's basically how it started. From that point, we went ahead and kind of struggled along, doing some good, teaming up with different groups, all volunteers working out of our home. Then in one year they had, when Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans hit, we got together and we were helping some of those folks. While that was going on, a famous violinist was working in New Orleans and moved back to Michigan. And she was from Michigan. Like a lot of the other artists that were in New Orleans because of the flood, they relocated, either left there or came back home. Fox 2 called down to New Orleans and said, here it is, that Christmas is coming up. We found that this very excellent professional violinist was in need of a violin. What nonprofit in New Orleans was taking care of those victims, you know? And lo and behold, they referred them back to us in Sterling Heights.
Oh.
And so Fox 2 couldn't believe it. They contacted us. They said, well, you know, we haven't heard about you guys. And we say, yeah, we're just out there doing some good. We're not, you know, trying to publicize it or anything like that. So they came by on Christmas Eve and picked up one of the violins and presented it to her on Christmas Day. And it was just, you know, really
That's
awesome.
really nice, yeah.
So then after that, we a group in Detroit called New Detroit in the Fisher Building found out about us. And they called us in and said, you know, would like to learn about your organization, this and that. Make a long story short, they gave us a grant for $5,000. It's like the first time that a grant was from Detroit to the suburbs. They liked what we're doing to do it and then bring it back into Detroit and surrounding suburbs. So we did that. Then we got, we just started doing so many different programs. We have one program, it's called Notes of Appreciation. It's on a separate website. The website is called freedomhill.org, where you'll see us
I heard
working,
about that.
Yeah, we heard about it.
working directly with the Secretary of Defense in Washington, D.C. The object of that program is to give one guitar and keyboard to each of the 157 VA hospitals. We do a lot with musicians, and these musicians would like to play some benefits at these VA facilities when they're en route, but they don't want their rowdy roadies to come and set up their equipment and all this kind of thing. But if they said, if we can get the instruments in there, they would love to just stop in and do a couple numbers. So we're excited about that. We're working on that program. Now a new program we're working on is called the Intermezzo Project. It's starting off with the Macomb Intermediate School District, and we're providing musical instruments and education to all the homeless students in Macomb Intermediate School District. And then after that, we're doing it with the throughout the state of Michigan. We have a lot of different things going on. One of our projects now you'll see around the room is people are donating sheet music and records, and we're putting all those in a separate picture frame and selling those at auctions. We just have a big sponsor out of Chicago donated his baseball tickets. We're excited about that. Their seats are right next to each other, 4 seats to a game. We got some in-house entertainment that participates in these meetings for us, with us. You know, the resident clowns, stuff like that. Some other artists. What else can you think of? Anything?
Oh my gosh, we have everything from comedians and clowns and magicians that provide volunteer services. We put on events around the metropolitan area.
Oh, where were we last week?
Right. Glen Peter School. You know where that is?
Yeah.
We just went in there and did a lunch with them. Kiwanis Club was involved with that, and we provided free entertainment for them. And it was the most fun that they've had in years of doing those particular lunches. And
We're going to start doing Valentine's Day events for them, park dances for the kids.
right, and these are volunteer things that we do because they show so much appreciation for